So what we're going to go over today is unloading a weighted stretcher from an ambulance, and we want to focus on good tips and techniques to make sure it's a safe unload for the patient, and we're having good communication with our partner. So we release that manual mechanism, and as we're pulling it out, my recommendation would be to grab the lower handle. You can grab the top handle if you want, but the shorter we are, it's difficult to lift that stretcher to the top height, so it's a nice smooth transition out of the ambulance. So grabbing the lower handle, I think you're going to have more control, and you'll be able to get the stretcher a little bit higher. Now, you have to make a decision on when you're pulling this red trigger. So the red trigger being pulled, it's loose right now because there's no pressure on the carriage mechanism. You have two options. If you pull the red trigger right away and you're starting to pull it out, you need to make sure you're communicating that with your partner, because the carriage will drop because that trigger's been released. Your other option is you're holding onto the black handle, not holding onto the red trigger yet. You walk your stretcher out, and when you're ready, you communicate with your partner telling them that you're going to be pulling the red trigger. Then you pull the red trigger, it releases the carriage, and your partner helps bring it down. The problem with not communicating this part of when you're pulling the red trigger is if you're holding onto that red trigger as you're pulling it out and your partner doesn't know, the carriage will drop, and it could potentially, make the ride for the patient uncomfortable, but it could damage equipment as well.